What are the legal consequences of choosing a civil partnership over a marriage under the Civil Union Act? Choosing a civil partnership over a marriage under the Civil Union Act in South Africa has specific legal consequences, although the differences between the two are minimal in terms of rights and obligations. Here's a detailed examination of these consequences. Legal consequences of civil partnerships versus marriages. Similarities in legal status. 1. Equivalence in rights. The Civil Union Act states that the legal consequences of a marriage under the Marriage Act apply to civil unions, with necessary contextual adjustments. This means that civil union partners enjoy the same rights and responsibilities as married couples in most legal contexts, including property rights, inheritance, and spousal benefits. Recognition in law. Any reference to marriage in other laws, including common law, is interpreted to include civil unions. Consequently, terms like husband, wife, or spouse also apply to civil union partners too. Distinctions. 1. Terminology. The primary distinction lies in the terminology used. A civil union can be termed a marriage or a civil partnership based on the couple's choice. However, the choice of terminology does not affect the legal rights associated with the union. Anti-nuptial contracts. Couples entering a civil partnership can opt for an anti-nuptial contract to regulate their property regime. Without such a contract, the default property regime is in community of property, which means that assets and liabilities are shared equally. In contrast, marriages can also be registered out of community of property with specific conditions, which is a common practice among married couples. Prohibition on concurrent unions. A person cannot be part of more than one civil union or marriage at the same time. This rule applies equally to both civil partnerships and marriages, ensuring that both forms of union are treated with the same legal constraints regarding exclusivity. Dissolution process. The process for dissolving a civil union is similar to that of a marriage, but the specific legal procedures may differ slightly based on the terminology used. For example, a civil union may be dissolved through a civil partnership dissolution rather than divorce, although the outcomes are legally equivalent in terms of the division of assets and custody arrangements. For practical considerations. Social recognition. While legally equivalent, the social recognition of civil partnerships may differ from marriages, potentially impacting the couple's experience in societal contexts. Administrative processes. The registration process for civil unions and marriages is similar. However, civil union partners may face different administrative requirements based on the terminology chosen. Conclusion. In summary, the legal consequences of choosing a civil partnership over a marriage under the Civil Union Act in South Africa are largely equivalent, with minor distinctions primarily related to terminology and property arrangements. Couples can exercise their rights under either form of union, enjoying comprehensive legal protections and benefits.